Hey, welcome back YouTube. So today I want to give you guys my thoughts on the 5 things I hate the most about my 2013 V6 Mustang. And by the way, today I'm recording this on my brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3. It's really freaking cool. It's allowing me to do this director's mode, which allows me to use the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera at the exact same time. And that's really cool. So, I'm really excited about that. But anyway, let's get into it. So, my first biggest gripe with this vehicle from Ford is the interior. Oh man, who would have guessed? Like, look, this is really cheap plastics. And like at first, when I first got the car, I was like, yeah, this is really nice, coming from like my 2013 Dodge Avenger, which honestly it was roughly the same thing. Cheap plastics, but at least that had leather interior and it had a premium sound system and heated seats. This doesn't have any of that. So that's partially due to the trim level, but also, you know, just freaking cheap plastics everywhere. And it looks cheap too. It really does. Along with the interior, my second gripe with the car is that it doesn't have Bluetooth connectivity. It's a 2013. I mean, I guess that's okay, but I'm going to honk at this person, I'm sorry. I just feel like that's something that, you know, really should have been in this model. But I mean, if you got the sync, the Ford sync system, it came with that. But this doesn't have sync, so no Bluetooth connectivity. Great. So I have this little Bluetooth device for connecting my music. Number 3, I don't like how the pedals in the seat are positioned, because I feel like being 6'1", I have to sit unusually close to the steering wheel in order to be able to feel comfortable putting the clutch all the way down to the ground to make sure, you know, it's completely disengaged. So to me, that is a negative. I just don't like the travel of that. Your mileage may vary, different heights, different seat adjustments. You know, everybody's got differences when it comes to that. But for me, yeah, don't like it. Number 4, the transmission. This thing's quick. It's the 6-speed manual. I love the 6-speed manual itself, but I don't like that every once in a while, moving into second gear, I have to really hold it into second, otherwise it doesn't engage properly. I think that's what I talked about in one of my previous videos, where a lot of other people talked about these MT82 transmissions don't, like the second gear synchros go really bad because they're like made of copper or something along those lines. So the synchros go bad and it's not good. And number 5, I have to say, has got to be gas mileage. That's really just not acceptable for the difference in power between the GT and the V6, and then the gas mileage difference between the GT and the V6. Might as well just get the GT, especially if like your main concern is gas mileage. You're gonna get almost identical gas mileage in the GT as you would in this. Right now, my average MPG is sitting at 19.4. I mean, if you do more highway driving, you're gonna see a difference, and especially if you have the automatic versus the manual. This is the performance package, so it is a 331 gear ratio instead of the 273 that comes stock with the base package. This is stock with the performance package. So that means at, you know, 80 miles an hour, I'm sitting at about 2,600 RPM on the highway. So it's not great, but hey, gives you a little more torque on the low end versus the high end, which I'm okay with that. I'd rather have the get up and go. But yeah, those are all my qualms and gripes with the Mustang. It's still overall a great car. It's just, you know, it's got its downfalls, and you know, if those things were better, that would take this from being a good car to an amazing car. But most, you know, American muscle cars from this era are gonna be the same thing. Like, they're gonna have their own flaws. So if you're thinking about buying a 2013 Mustang V6 base, yeah, I wouldn't say don't do it, but understand these things going into it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching today. Make sure you smash that like button because that definitely helps out the YouTube algorithm for me, and I've been actually seeing a lot of uptick in views lately. It's great. I love it. So keep hitting that like button. Subscribe if you want. That's not as big of a deal. But I will see you guys next week. All right? Catch you later.